It's funny. You mentioned those three things there, and I think that's the most basic that Americans want. Let's talk about one of them, healthcare. You've
Yeah.
gone through your trials and tribulations when it comes to health. What have you learned about healthcare going through the fight that you've had against cancer?
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for raising that, because it's healthcare that I think is really the number one thing that I hear about on the campaign trail, that I've heard about over the last 13 months. And, I myself, as I was campaigning, was diagnosed with stage 1 breast cancer. It was a total shock. And lucky for me, it was caught early. I had surgery, had my cancer removed, but the surgery itself cost $100,000. And that is not even including all the testing before and after. And what I can tell you is that I'm still fighting with my insurance company to get everything paid for. Everyone that I speak to has some kind of nightmare story like this. Either they have had a catastrophe and are in medical debt and can't get out of it, or also, like me, they have a child or a family member that has some kind of chronic condition, whether it's asthma or diabetes or something else. And the cost of the medication is just so high that they have to choose between medication and other important things that they need to purchase for their families. Or they're just afraid because they don't have insurance. And so they're worried that what are they going to do? And what has Tom Barrett, who's the person who's in this seat right now, what has he done over the last year since we've been campaigning? Well, he voted for the big ugly bill, and that takes 25,000 people off of Medicaid in my district alone. He failed to vote to extend the Affordable Care Act subsidies. And, voters and friends like mine who are small business owners or people who rely on those subsidies have now found that their health insurance has doubled. So it's a problem for everybody in our district, and we need to have a way forward. I've got a whole plan of what we could do to take steps to actually make healthcare more affordable and accessible. And I believe it is the number one thing we've got to fix right away when Democrats take control of Congress.
Wow, $100,000, not counting testing. That's insanity. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with that. So that leads into cost. And I'm loving that you are talking in detail about these issues. The average cost of just living in America now has been something that is significant. What are you seeing in Michigan, which in a lot of respects is the barometer for the rest of the country based on the auto industry and everything you have there? What are you seeing there?
Well, our costs have skyrocketed and everybody feels it, whether it's the cost of groceries, gas, healthcare, or housing. It's all gone up. And why? Well, we can see it with the policies of the Trump administration that are being enabled by the representative that we have currently in mid-Michigan, Tom Barrett. I'll give you a couple of examples. First, the reckless tariffs. Canada is actually Michigan's biggest trading partner. And I have to say, every day we wake up, we have a new set of tariffs against our neighbor and friend, Canada. And just last week, Trump announced a 50% tariff on certain goods from Canada. It's crazy. It's raising the cost for our farmers, for our small businesses, and in the grocery store. And it's something that is unpredictable and is hurting our economy here in Michigan, hurting our pocketbooks. The second thing, the Iran war. So this is a war of choice that I believe was a big mistake to get into in the way in which Trump decided to go headlong into a war without a strategy or an end game or a way to get out. And now we're in this position where 18 service members have been killed, our most precious resource that we have. We also have spent now $37 billion as of this month on that war, and with more to come. And what else has this resulted in? In mid-Michigan, it's resulted in an increase in the price at the pump that's more than $1. So what that means for your average family is they're paying a couple $100 more per month just to fill up the gas tank. And we feel it. In addition to that, the diesel tank or the diesel fuel that trucks need to get our products to the grocery store or things that we need every day, the airline fuel, all of that has also gone up. So it's raised prices in a number of ways, but most noticeably for us at the gas tank. And then finally, I just say the way that Trump has run the economy, it's completely unpredictable. And so what I hear from the average person, what I hear from business people, what I hear from people who are just trying to get by every single day is they don't know what to expect. And this is also putting upward pressure on prices in a way that is hurting everyday families, working families here.
You raise a point right there at the end that I don't think we give enough credit to the chaos. It's the instability. You don't know what the man is going to do,
That's right.
wake up and say, and then you watch Congress back it like it was some planned strategy. It's insanity. You have something also in your priorities that I don't think gets talked about nearly enough. You talk about schools, public schools. I cannot thank you enough as someone who's done a little bit in education now. I cannot thank you enough for bringing this to the forefront. What made you decide to make that a priority?
Well, a couple of things. One, I'm the daughter of a Michigan public school teacher. My mom was a single mom and she was a teacher. So I have to say, I love teachers. I love educators. I have great respect for people who choose that profession and very much appreciate what they do, because really what they're doing is, you know, growing the future leaders of tomorrow and helping them spread their wings and inspiring them. So I'm grateful to teachers. I'm also myself the product of Michigan public schools. And it was Michigan public schools that really gave me my ability to follow my dreams. So I believe that education is the foundation for success for our future generations, for our kids and everybody's kids. And if we aren't competitive in public schools, if we don't have the best public schools, we're going to be hurt as an economy, as a democracy, and as just, you know, having a population that is able to fulfill its potential, follow their dreams, and do what they want to do. I think this is just key. So for me, it's all about education. I'm really proud to be endorsed by the Michigan Education Association. That's our educators. And I'm a big believer in fully funding education. It's about teacher pay, but it's really about even more than that. It's about making sure that schools have the infrastructure that they need, that they have the safety things that they need, that we're giving support to paraprofessionals and the educators, but also those who are supporting the educators, because we need to be able to make sure every child can get a great education, no matter where they're starting from. And we're not doing it. In fact, what President Trump has done is cut education, cut the Department of Education, has made it much harder for local states and local communities to pay for the best possible education, which is what I felt that I got. So also I worked all over the world. So I see and have seen how our educational system is not stacking up. That means we are not going to be competitive in the globalized world. So this is a bigger problem than just a single community. This is us being competitive as a nation and educating people for the economy of the future and the jobs of the future. And that just starts right here in public education. So I'm a big supporter of it. I'm going to fight like hell to make sure that we make sure we fully fund education, because I believe that this is like the foundation of opportunity. And I know it because I had it.
Exactly.